I've been watching every single episode premiere of Disventure Carnival of Chaos since the beginning, and I can't believe it's ended. Overall, I enjoyed a lot of the season. It's my favorite cast compared to the others. However, I'm here to talk about the downfall of this season. In my opinion, Carnival of Chaos had a perfect start. The pre-merge was funny, the dynamics of the characters were entertaining, the eliminations, the twist, it made sense. So, I'm disappointed to say that the ending of Carnival of Chaos made me experience a new kind of anger that I've never experienced before. Okay, I know that sounds dramatic, I just have a lot to say. Even if I've never made a video essay or whatever before, I need to speak my truth. So, sit back, grab some food and water, and enjoy my yapping, and spoiler warning, of course. Logan Bell. It doesn't take someone astute to tell that his character writing is bad. If you like him, you can even admit it. Every character has their flaws, and with every character's flaws, it impacts their actions. As they get consequences from their flaws, it causes them to grow, making the character more realistic. However, Logan never gets the consequences from his mistakes. When Logan decided to lie to Jade about leaking information, which, by the way, is probably the most stupid elimination in the entire show, how did Anastasia just trust him immediately and without her talking to Zeta about it first? Regardless, he flipped on his own alliance to get rid of Amelie, who then tells Hannah that Logan framed Jade, and then Hannah tells Anastasia about it as well. How do Hannah and Anastasia react to Logan betraying them both? They both state, "I'm done with grudges," and forgive him / move on. Excuse me? It's so clearly written to keep Logan as this poor cinnamon roll who's just so innocent and could do no wrong. Anastasia spends the entire game targeting anyone who goes behind their back. But with Logan, it's somehow an exception. Hannah has an arc of her slowly losing her goofiness and becoming more serious about the game. I don't know why Hannah suddenly brushes Logan's betrayals off so quickly, but she does. And when she does, they end up in a tiebreaker. You think, Hannah got so far in this game, most of her friends have been eliminated. She worked so hard to get here, the Final Four. Hannah and Logan spend the tiebreaker goofing around. And when Hannah loses, she's for some reason not devastated because Hannah brought back her spark or something. It's so fucking stupid because if they wanted Hannah to go through this plot, what about Amelie, her close friend who, didn't betray her? There's also, of course, the infamous scene in episode 14 where Logan gets stuck and almost drowns in the challenge. Everyone stops to help him while Jade goes for the win. First of all, why is Jade being blamed for not helping Logan when Trevor and Derek should have been keeping a close eye and immediately stopped the challenge after hearing Logan was in danger? Plus, they stopped the challenge when Ivy dislocated her shoulder, but they didn't stop until after Jade got the victory to really just rub it in. It's just a cartoon, it's not supposed to make sense. But the fact that so much of this shit happens just to make Logan seem like some kind of misunderstood, helpless victim is so obnoxious. Logan acts like a 12-year-old, refusing to have a mature conversation with Jade after hearing about how she didn't help him. Instead, crying his ass off like a little kid who went trick-or-treating and got almond joys. And of course, nobody blames Trevor and Derek for it. Also, something funny that in episode 22, when Logan comes clean about his betrayals towards Anastasia, he says, "I made decisions I don't regret to get far in this game." And then in episode 25, after Jade calls him out for also making cool decisions, he responds, "The difference is I did regret it, Jade." Bitch, which one is it? This just proves Logan's character is a mess and makes zero sense. I'm so insanely tired of this himbo archetype. We already have Tom, Total Drama has Wayne, do we really need another? When they tried to give Logan a storyline, it failed every time. When he was there to be a comedic relief, I did not laugh a single time. He's an Olympic champion who didn't have any major hardships throughout life. He's not an underdog, not relatable, just a privileged white guy. And about the whole bronze thing, literally in the finale when he has to conquer his fear of swimming, he says, "It's not swimming, it's me. Everything I do I fail. I try my best and other people are just better. That's how I got bronze and I'm so tired of falling short and never being happy with my," and then he gets cut off because of Natalia slapping him. Thank you, Natalia. She's such an icon. So basically, he's talking about having to deal with failure and perfection. Wouldn't it be a terrible writing decision to make that guy win and never learn the lesson that, hey, we're not all perfect and we make mistakes? No. Logan wins and everyone just forgives and forget his betrayals. He has to deal with the fact that he never feels happy with himself even when he does his best. I know nobody takes Disventure Camp seriously, but it's kind of a fucked up message that you always need to be perfect and to win to get over your flaws. Jade Tanko. Believe it or not, Jade has been my favorite since the early days of Carnival of Chaos. A lot of people complain about the final two in general, not just Logan, because Jade was boring. To be fair, I don't blame people for saying Jade's boring. Most of the time, she didn't really do much. What drew me to Jade as a character was how mysterious she is. That made her so interesting to me. Most of the time, Jade just focused on strategy, which made her so much different from the rest of the cast. However, when she did her interjection confessional thing and was talking about her vitiligo, she said, "Watching all your friends get dates while you're considered the ugly one isn't exactly a confidence booster," or something along the lines of that. It made me wonder more about her past, her upbringing. When we finally got to see Jade open up for the first time with Isabel, she once again talked about her insecurities with her vitiligo. I feel like Jade's dynamic with Isabel made her a lot more interesting. She opened up to Isabel, wasn't afraid to be snarky and a little bit silly sometimes with her. Their friendship is so peak, it's super wholesome, and even when Jade betrayed Isabel, she understood it was just a game. No hard feelings, we still remain besties. And honestly, Isabel spending the entirety of episode 23 glazing Jade was one of the funniest gimmicks of the season. So then it hits me. Jade's lack of dynamics with the other characters. I feel like Anastasia, Logan, and Hannah had way more meaningful interactions with others that developed the plot, kept you on the edge of your seat. I mean, there was Spencer and Jade, which in my opinion was insanely robbed. I wanted these two to be like Jesse and James from Pokemon, but then they started beefing with one another. We got that little scene in episode 25 where they made up and became friends, but it also felt sad. I found myself coming back to you. Like, cute, I wish that was explored more in the show. Even though Jade was robbed of some moments, she was the textbook perfect winner out of the others. I guess Hannah would have also been a good option, but Jade, she proved that she was dedicated more than anyone, not afraid to betray others, but also show she's not heartless. And I don't care if people want to say that she was boring and predictable as a winner. It would still feel so satisfying for her hard work to pay off. The fact that she literally had to deal with feeling bad about the ugly decisions she made to get so far in the game, just for it to go away when she was so close. All that for nothing. And the fact that Logan didn't even share a cut of his money with anyone while Jade was going to use it to save sea life is salt in the wound. So, is Disventure Camp misogynistic / racist? Okay, that title is kind of clickbait, but what I mean is I see many of the fandom complain that Disventure Camp had a bias towards their white male characters, especially after the Carnival of Chaos finale, and I'm gonna address it. Disventure Camp has made many controversial decisions in their previous seasons, like in All Stars, why was there a character whose entire gimmick was being a sexist asshole to his girlfriend and calling her fat all the time? And I thought Carnival of Chaos fixed these issues. The cast was more diverse, and the first line from a contestant was literally Anastasia talking about being underestimated by men. So you're gonna call season 4 racist just because a white guy won over the black woman? I'm saying there's no way the writers and the proofreaders of Disventure Camp saw the script for the finale and then stop and think for a moment about how god-awful it is. Jade made so much sense as a winner. And I can't help but think she was supposed to win, but changed it to Logan last minute to piss people off. There's no other possibility, I'm sorry, and if that's what Odd Nation Cartoons wants to do, then so be it. I am foaming at the mouth. They would ruin the ending of a show that so many people love for rage bait. And it's not just the finale. What was the point of having Marissa come back just for her to get eliminated like 3 episodes later? Zayd spent most of his time being down bad for Ivy to the point that they even addressed it in the show. Not to mention that, like I said earlier, Zayd had the most stupid elimination this season because of Logan. Diego could barely have a scene that doesn't involve Spencer somehow, and Linda, with her wanting to prove that she was more than just a housewife, which her character is an obvious comparison to the patriarchy. Nah, fuck that. Odd Nation Cartoons obviously never made anything with malicious intent. I know the team is full of diverse faces and hardworking people, but some of the decisions they make with their characters of color are a little strange. Conclusion. Alright, that was a lot of negativity, and I don't think I have to say it, but please don't harass or send threats to Odd Nation Cartoons, their voice actors, or its fans. I do wish that from now on they make stuff while listening to the fans' criticism and keeping the audience best in mind. But at the end of the day, it's an indie YouTube studio. So I'm going to try to move on from this venture camp and onto other things because I don't think giving this show the benefit of the doubt is worth it anymore. Shameless plug, if you want to see my art, follow my Instagram and Twitter. I don't know if I'll actually watch season 5. I probably will because I'm curious, but how badly I wish Jade was in it. Thank you for watching the entire thing. You spent a good amount of time out of your day listening to me yap about this venture camp, and I'm forever grateful about that. Bye!